Good evening, Belagavi, and welcome to yet another episode. In fact, this is the 11th episode of Small Town Big Stories, where we chronicle the people, places, events, and the happening things of Belgaum that makes the city proud. Today, we are at a very refreshing place, that is the Tea Toast Company. And this particular company has revolutionized the way food or restaurant business is perceived and handled. In fact, I am here with three of the people behind the concept of Tea Toast Company. I have with me Suhas Chandak, we have Akshay Kulkarni and Akshay Kataria, techies, all of them, and they bring in a systematic approach to food business. In fact, I'm sure all of them are foodies, isn't it?
Exactly.
That is the passion that is reflected in this store in the minutest of details. We say God is in the details, and you can have a look at how beautifully they have done this store. Whoever has come here, has had relished their delicacies, will vouch for the quality and the variety of this store as well. So let's begin without wasting much time. I would like to start with you, Akshay Kulkarni. I want to know how this all began. I'm sure I knew all of y'all are foodies, but not all foodies can go out and actually start a restaurant. How did this happen?
Yeah. So this began as a dream. The Tea Toast Company, I would say it is everybody's dream at one point of the life or other to have a eatery or a food business somewhere, right? So we are serial entrepreneurs and all engineers. On a road trip, we decided to build something scalable, something which we could be proud of, something which Belgaum could be proud of, and something which we could take it to a global level.
Right.
Present across Pan India. Plus, we wanted to build something for the Tier 2 city people, which is missing. So, the Tea Toast Company was founded in 2019 with an idea on a road trip, and we passionately delivered it to be now one of the emerging retail consumer brand of India, with presence in 2 states and 10 locations.
You mentioned about the road trip. I'm curious to know what happened in that road trip, whether you didn't get any good food, whether you saw a gap in offerings, whether you wanted something healthy, vegetarian, and quickly rustled up. What was that aha moment,
So, on the road trip, it was like, अच्छा चाय किधर मिलता है?
Oh, okay.
चाय पीना था, चाय किधर मिलता है?
Okay.
So, we were in Goa and it was like beer and liquor everywhere. But
No chai.
No chai. सुबह में अच्छा चाय किधर मिलता है? Vegetarian food किधर मिलता है?
Right.
Plus a good place where we can just, relax.
Unwind, relax, have good vibes, music.
In the morning.
In the morning, okay, that made the difference.
So that is where we found that even in Belgaum today, we don't have a place wherein we can come, we can network, we can experience.
Right.
So at all our cafes in Belgaum, Bangalore or Kolhapur, so we have people who come here for experience, not just for food and beverage, but we have people who come here for work. We have people who come here to just relax. They come alone, sit here for 2-3 hours, and
I'm seeing quite a lot of them working on their laptops.
So read books.
Yeah.
Have some
Akshay
activities.
Kataria, I want to come to you.
Yes.
You are also a tech guy. You are also an engineer. All of y'all are engineers. What is that expertise you bring? I'm sure you have also been a serial entrepreneur. So, and a foodie, of course. How did you all come together, and what do you bring to the table?
So basically, as Akshay rightly said, that we got on this idea on a trip to Goa, and we were just discussing different ideas where all of us were actually working. We had our own businesses, but I thought, let's do something which is impactful, especially to a tier 2 crowd, which is emerging in India right now, and where this would take tier 2 cities to a next level.
Right.
What we can contribute to this. So we thought something like an urban cafe culture is what is missing in a tier 2 city, and we thought, let's do that. Let's get out of our own experience. We thought, this is something which is missing, which is the hidden gap which we see, which we need to fulfill. And that's how all of us have our own expertise. So I am good at finance and operations, so I take care of that. Akshay is good with admin, HR, and all of that strategy.
Yeah.
Suhas bhai has a vast experience overall in the entire industry, like not just in India but globally as well.
Right.
So he brings that to the table.
It
And Rahul-
perfectly matches, it's like a jigsaw puzzle coming
Yes.
together.
Even Rahul is not present here currently. He
Rahul
takes-
Kednurkar,
Yeah,
your
Rahul
fourth
Kednurkar.
partner.
So
yeah.
he takes care of the complete marketing and business development part of it. So
Coming to this, I want to ask Suhasji, to you also, okay, how did this franchise thing happen? I guess this is the first and the only food brand from Belgaum that has gone outside to 2 states, as you said. And unless a brand has its own strengths in the place of its origin, you can't, aim to go higher. So now that you have done that so successfully, I want to know about this franchisee thing.
Basically, these 3 friends have started this company, and I just met Akshay once in Rotary meeting.
Okay.
At that time we were discussing. Then, because of my daughter was a pastry chef, she studied in London.
Okay.
And then I had studied something about this food industry. I wanted to go to industry. So he just asked me few things, and I just gave a lot of the inputs in that. So he
Okay.
said, why don't you become a mentor in the company? And then we started. And because already I had studied on all those things
Yeah.
in this scene, and we already had a lot of plans of that.
Right.
So then first we started in JNMC, then we called Priti Kore, and I asked, can we do it there in the college? So that's our first this thing. So
Okay.
similarly we started now.
Okay.
Like we did in Kolhapur, Bangalore. Then
Right.
Bangalore, one of my friends, we asked for the franchisee. Immediately
Okay.
he started there. And basically I have a good contacts
Yeah.
all over. Being our own brand, Vega
Yes.
Helmets.
Yes.
So due to that, I got a lot of contacts there. So now we are trying to go ahead with
Okay.
a lot of franchisee, and we are giving good quality,
Yes.
good service. Our whatever we design is everybody liking it.
Yes.
So now people are coming. Like yesterday, one person came from Pune
Oh.
to have food in Kolhapur.
Okay.
He saw that and all the way came to Belgaum for asking for the franchise.
Oh my God.
And they have good.
So now the franchisee outlets that you're having, they are actually speaking
They're
for
speaking
you.
for us.
They are advertising for you.
If you're going to see Itzal Karanji also,
Yeah.
they came to us.
Okay.
And we go into their mall.
So how many
This is what-
outlets you have totally today? 4 in Belgaum? I'm sure. Yeah. And
We have 4 in Belgaum. Then one is at Virat Junction, which is just 80 kilometers from here towards Pune.
Yeah.
One we have at Kolhapur. One we have at Koramangala. And
In Bangalore.
Yeah, in Bangalore. We are coming up with one store in Sanjay Godavat University near Jaisingpur.
Okay.
And one store at Fortune Mall in Itzal Karanji.
okay.
Plus, we have a master franchisee deal with Sanvi Global Foods, who is setting up 20 stores
Yeah.
across south of Maharashtra.
So we saw that news
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
recently, and congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that.
Particularly in Satara, Solapur, Kolhapur, and Sangli district.
Wow.
All tier 2.
Okay. I'm seeing all this branding that you have done, and it's uniform everywhere. It brings a refreshing touch to the ambience and the decor. Was this a conscious decision? And how did you go about standardizing? I think this comes from your engineering background.
Yeah, so engineering talks always about standardization.
Yes.
So we have even standard operating procedures on how to handle a Zomato order.
Okay.
Right, and so the idea was always, when we conceptualized this brand, was to go global.
Okay.
The idea was always about
Global?
Yeah.
Okay.
The idea was always about 100 stores.
Okay.
Always about standardization. So right from the first moment when we decided to design the logo,
Okay.
we thought what it would tell to the people.
Okay. It should
And,
speak
yeah,
a
it should
language
speak.
of
And,
its own.
Plus now we have
Merchandise as well.
we have patents for the logo, for the word mark, and lot of
And
other
we saw
things.
that design that you just spoke about. If we could just pan out there, you have this girl who you have specially designed for
Yeah, so
Tito's
she is-
company.
she is
Is this
the-
going to be everywhere?
Yeah, this is going to be everywhere. She's the
Okay.
ideal customer for the Tito's company.
Okay.
So she is probably here for an experience, maybe to read a book or to have a cup of hot tea or coffee.
Okay.
Or maybe she is thinking something.
She's out to do something as well as unwinding.
Unwinding,
She's
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at some
Looking at
refreshing
something,
snacks.
So we don't know whether she is happy, whether she is sad, or
You can
she's
interpret it
excited.
in any way.
She will look to you how you look at her.
Okay. So she's a reflection
yeah,
of
she's a
your
reflection
own.
of the customer.
Okay.
Their customer mood. Yeah.
Okay. So we are here at the store in front of RPD GSS, and it has wonderful ambience. You were also mentioning about this, a toast to happy times.
So we have this patent, the
Yeah.
toast to happy times. So it talks about our values. So it talks about the happy times we are sharing with the customers.
Okay.
It talks about the happy times we share with the staff, with
Yeah.
our investors, with all the stakeholders.
And the happy times that you're promoting elsewhere through your stores.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it is for everybody. The happy
Okay.
times is for everybody.
Okay.
And a toast from the Tito's company.
Okay. Coming up with such a standardized, you said about SOPs, you mentioned about having your logos, copywriting them. Do you face any challenges? Because customer perceptions, customer tastes keep changing, and especially in food industry, you have to be innovative at all times.
Right.
How do you manage that?
So yes, you rightly said it. So this F&B industry is a very dynamic market,
Yeah.
and you need to keep changing with the trends
Yes.
in the market, with what people are liking, what they are not liking.
Right.
But there's some products which are always it speaks for your brand. So like our chai and bun maska is something which is a hit amongst each and every outlet very big. That's the highest selling items that we have. We have something called as banicha, which is an African dish,
Yes.
which we have innovated it as per our own standard. Which
You
suits
have
to the
kind of Indianized it. I have had it
Yes.
many times.
Yes, yes.
You have paneer with it.
Yeah.
You have pav bhaji with
We have
it.
mushrooms, we have
mushrooms
jalapeno corn
with it,
cheese.
right?
So a lot of different things. So, but as you rightly said, we keep on changing these menu items every
Okay.
3 to 6 months.
3 to
depending
6
upon,
months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending upon what the customer is liking and what they're
Okay.
having the most.
Okay.
So there are some items which are added, some items which are deleted from the menu
Right.
as and when required.
So there are quite a lot of items which were, I think, rarely found in Belgaum, which you have kind of popularized, and now they have become like signature dishes for your, like bani chow or your toasties. How did these ideas come? They are simple, they are refreshing, they are tasty, they are healthy, they are
Right.
something different. You can bond over friends with these bite-sized foods.
Right, right.
So how do you think about such food
So basically,
items?
all of us are not from the same background. So we had to hire a consultant who
Okay.
had a 25-year-long experience
Okay.
with the Taj hotels and the Leelas.
Okay.
So he consulted us, but of course we had our own ideas where we brainstormed
Okay.
about what our own likes and dislikes are,
Okay.
what we think are the other people's likes and dislikes in our
Okay.
tier 2 city, and as per that we came down to a few items which we could standardize and we can place on the menu.
Do you also go outside and try different cuisines and bring out some
Of
ideas?
course.
You
In
do
fact,
that.
Akshay has a story to tell about it.
Okay, we would like to hear that, Akshay. Please, please.
Yeah. Last year when I was in Singapore, so there is a brand called Toast Box,
Okay.
which is somewhere similar to what the Tito's company is, but it is present across every state in Singapore.
Okay.
So they basically serve you a kadak chai and bread butter jam toast
In Singapore.
in Singapore.
Okay.
And people are queuing in and having that, and they are crazy about it.
Okay.
So that is where what we want to do the Tito's company for India.
Okay.
People should be just crazy about their own delicacy what they have at their home,
Yeah.
and they should have that
But in a different avatar.
in a different way. So that is why basically the African dishes are mostly non-vegetarian. So what we have done is we have
Consciously being vegetarian.
we have designed those gravies so that it gives you an homely feel.
Okay.
So the paneer makhani or the mushroom masala
Right,
or the pav bhaji masala,
Right.
misal, etc. So these are the flavors what you know, what you can relate to.
Okay. We came here in noon time and we found that it was fully occupied. There were lots of students, working people. Upstairs also we saw quite a lot of them. I see peculiarly people sitting with laptops and working. Any specific reason? Like, do you also provide working space?
We provide them uninterrupted uninterrupted space, so none of our staff will go and ask them you are not having anything.
Okay.
And sort of like that. So people this place is there in Belgaum, what is available in Mumbai or
Yeah.
Bangalore, where people go set up their meetings, and maybe this is the place where ideas blossom.
Yeah.
We require places like this.
Yes.
Not everything can happen over a five-star hotel or at
Enclosed offices
enclosed
or
offices.
something.
So we need such places where people come, they network,
Okay.
and we can proudly say that our place has been used by many people who have their own offices here in Belgaum, or they don't
But
have
still
it
they
yet.
take their laptop,
Yeah,
come
they
here,
and
work.
they enjoy.
Oh my God, that is
Even
really
if it is
nice.
there for 1 hour or 1.5 years,
Okay.
they come here.
So I
take up a
guess what
meeting
they
and go.
basically do is rejuvenate their
Yeah,
senses,
yeah, right.
have a cup of tea, coffee, eat something, bond over other people. Also, I think it can provide you a platform of meeting like-minded people,
Right.
right? Is that a byproduct of
It
coming
must
and...
be a byproduct of, I think, everything. We have given a platform to network.
Yeah, you have...
So yeah, maybe people from diverse backgrounds, they are coming here and working.
Yes.
Maybe somebody can, like we last week we had somebody who wanted to do a photography for our products.
Okay,
So he ended up coming and meeting us and asking us.
Okay.
Likewise, they can, even network with the people who are coming here, and they
Right.
can cross market their
right.
expertise.
So Ajay, I want to ask you, what are your plans for the future? Like, how do you see the roadmap? Because he said 100 stores is how you look at it, and globally. So how do you plan to pan across the world?
Basically, our plan is to go this thing. So now we are we have taken care for the quality and all. So now the brand is this thing, and we have a lot of consultants on this. We are appointing very high level people here, who's worked in this industry. So they have already done with different big companies.
Okay.
So now we are bringing them, and our aim is tied to the city to do this.
Okay.
Because all big companies are trying only on the bigger thing. Nobody's
Right.
on this. So we know that we can grow very faster.
Yeah.
Today, this concept also works in tied to tier cities.
Right.
So this is what we're doing now. Like from here, we are going to Hubli, Dharwad, Gadag, this side. Our target is North Karnataka, South Maharashtra, and Goa initially.
Initially,
to do this
okay.
because we want to give quality services.
Right.
We should be able to give. We have a lot of inquiries from other places also,
Okay.
including Delhi. Whoever comes, they want to ask for the franchisee.
Okay.
But we are not prepared, so we are not gone for it.
Okay.
So first we will do this patient, and we're targeting this area also. We
Okay.
can do by this year 50.
Okay.
Our target is to do 50.
Oh, wow.
And hope so. We'll achieve this.
Hope you exceed that target.
Thank you.
So does standardization and bringing in what kind of technology you bring into the day-to-day? As you said, SOPs is one part, which is kind of the management input. But what technology do you use in daily operations?
So we have a software which is specific to our own brand, where
Okay.
there are a lot of things in the F&B industry which can go wrong, right? There are a lot of leakages that could happen.
Okay.
So to cover up all of that, we have a hardcore software which actually takes care of our consumptions, our
Okay.
recipes, our indents,
Real time.
our real-time
Okay.
sales data, also what customers are liking, what customers are not liking. How can we, innovate and improvise on our existing services?
Okay.
So we have a good software which can actually uphold all of that, which is
Okay.
actually catering to our own brand, and that's how actually we centralized control is there. Also including supply chain. So we have stores across Bangalore, Belgaum, and Kolhapur, but
Yes.
the supply chain is managed all from Belgaum.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, centrally
Centrally managed.
Okay.
So
Everything from procurement to
Everything,
processing.
everything.
Everything.
Procurement to your central kitchen, to your production, to your delivery, everything is centrally managed by us.
Okay.
So at the outlet level, we have actually reduced a lot of work at the outlet level,
Yes.
so that control is there with us, and
The
we can
quality
maintain
is
the
in your hands, yeah.
The quality is in our hands.
Hygiene, quality,
Exactly.
taste, standards, as
Exactly.
you have already
Exactly.
consistently said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we are working it a way where, right from the start, right from the beginning, we thought that we should have this software.
Okay.
Otherwise, things might go haywire anytime.
Yes, yes.
Right. So while building a brand, we had the vision of that many stores, and that's the reason
Okay.
we ended up doing this.
We also saw a space for creative people. Is it in the offing? Is there some plan for that where artists can come and...
Yeah. So we have a space upstairs,
Yeah.
which is a good space for art exhibitions.
Yeah.
For different kinds of artists to display their talents.
Right.
We can have a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day events which we can organize there
Yeah.
for them. So anybody who would want to do something
This,
of that
this
sort.
must be noted
Yeah.
by Belgaum artists. There is a vibrant space here available at the Tito's company.
So yeah,
Should
any
definitely
artist,
come.
all are welcome. Whoever want to exhibit their own portfolios, their paintings, or whichever field you might be in, any artist is welcome here.
This is such an organic extension of what you all are already doing, in fact.
The whole concept of the Tito's company is that we want to get people together over a cup of happiness.
Yeah.
That's our chai. And we want, like Akshay rightly put it, that we want the ideas to blossom.
Okay.
For such an aspirational youth in India, which is in the tier 2 city, we wanted to provide a platform for them to actually grow. And that's the reason what the Tito's company stands for. And not just the food and beverage. Food and beverage, of course, is a part of it.
Right.
But the overall experience, the platform that we're giving, the community that we are building is what is important.
I want to harp upon this. What all of y'all are saying is that your focus is on the tier 2 cities. I just want to, go deeper into this, because do you feel that the big cities are already saturated with different offerings and that the tier 2 and tier 3 cities are devoid of a space like this? They have the restaurants, they have the hotels, what we know, the
Right.
multi-cuisine hotels. But a space like this with ideas, with people coming over chai, bonding over chai and toast, and an art space, I think all in one, something which the new generation requires and admires as well.
So we, being brought up in Belgaum, in a tier 2 city, we always look up to a place like a Bombay or a Bangalore
Yeah.
or a Pune where we want to build our career, we
Yeah.
want to grow there, we want to
Yeah.
shift there.
Right.
No one wants to be in a tier 2 city just because that culture, that community is missing.
The after hours especially, after your work gets over.
Exactly. So we thought, of course, the metro cities are getting saturated. There's so much of pollution, there's traffic, all of other things. The rentals are so high.
Yeah.
So in tier 2 cities where the youth is so much,
Yeah.
and where we can give them a platform where currently the government is also supporting with us,
Okay.
where they are promoting the tier 2 cities to grow. They have
Yeah,
a 100
right.
smart city project across India.
Right.
So we thought, why not let's country for the next brighter future of tier 2 cities.
And as you rightly said, the people, the youngsters from Belgaum are exposed to the big cities. They know what is there, and they come back and say, "Oh, it's not there here in my city." Where I think you're trying to fill in the gap. Yeah. So, why the last question here? Why do you? I want you all to tell the people of Belgaum why they should come to Tito's company. We have 4 outlets here. What is that thing that draws people? I'm seeing so many crowds here.
What I would like to say to the people of Belgaum is come to our store across Belgaum, Maharashtra and Bangalore. Experience and share your feedback.
Oh, that's lovely. Feedback actually plays a big role in service industry, and I'm happy that you appreciate and you welcome feedback so proactively. So here we are at the store, Tea Toast Company. This is a very refreshing change for all of us in Belgaum. A store, a brand that has revolutionized food industry by taking it a notch higher with every store that you open. And now that they are having their franchisees all over this place, surrounding areas, and they have global ambitions, may you flourish. May the Tea Toast Company and the girl there travel places. May you open plenty of outlets and spread joy, as you are saying. So this is me, Swati Zog, signing off at the 11th episode of Small Town Big Stories. We started it last year at this time and we have completed 11 episodes. Hope to see you soon with yet another interesting story, people, events that make the city proud. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.